How much are you drinking in one setting now, buddy?
I would say between 12 and 16 ounces.
It's a big growing boy.
He's growing.
You know what? Oh, it's these horns. All that protein going to them horns. And calcium.
Here, how about we do this? Oh, thank you. This little guy is full of energy. He is learning how his legs work and sprinting all over the place.
Oh, he's on the loose. He says, Mom, normally you feed me up here. How come you're over in that chair?
Yeah, do you want your own chair?
He did that to me this morning. He came out here and jumped up in that one and was like, come on, feed me. I said, no, I'm not feeding you up there.
I'll feed you up here, it's okay. He's big stuff, you know. Gotta have his own chair.
Gets his own chair. Spruce, do we need to go see the big ones? Yeah, you need to go tell him who's the boss man. Say spoiled goat coming in hot.
Come on, Spruce.
Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out.
Kyle, Shannon.
K.S. Well guys, as you know, we have been dealing with goat acclimation. We've been trying to figure out the best way to feed these guys and get the girls in and everybody be on good terms. And it's been a long journey, but I think we're making great progress.
I do too. It's going really well.
And all the while, we're trying to spoil a little bottle-fed goat as much as possible. And I'm 100% sure we're making great progress on that.
Well,
by we're, I mean...
Might be me. I don't know. He's only a baby once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what are you doing, buddy? He says, I have been grazing a lot more these days, guys.
What are you doing?
Trying to find alternative things to eat to milk, which is great. He is at the age that he should start doing that a little bit. Is that what you're doing right now, buddy?
He's really learning his legs too, which is so fun to watch.
Oh, you mean like when he's just standing there and does a kickflip and takes off running?
Yeah, does a little sprint. Do you want some more milk? He's like, I like this grass stuff.
There's his best bud right there. There's the rambunctious bunch. They're working hard today at clearing Goatville for me. Can you tell?
Bless you.
So as you guys know, the weather, we had a few days of just fantastic 70, 80 degree days. The wasps were all out. I was weed eating, mowing, running the tractor a bit. And we got a really good taste of spring, almost kind of summer. But we started to finish our day yesterday and it started getting cool. So wrapping up the day yesterday, I think we hit about 50 degrees, maybe upper 40s.
Hi, Mr. Herc. Come on, Spruce. Herc, can you get him to come in? Come on. Good job. Come on, Herc. That's a good boy. Good job.
We did have his crate inside the shelter here. And that is where he's been staying. Basically, we'll come down, we feed him, we get him out. He hangs out with the goats, Mr. Hercules, and we just kind of do goat things and get acclimated. But when the cold rolled in last night, we learned that having the crate in here has potentially kind of what's made Herc keep the girls out of the shelter.
Yeah.
If you remember from last time, we talked about how Herc has still kind of been running them up on top of the Herc hut. And when I say Herc hut, that's basically where the girls are right now. That's Blue Eyes and Mama up there. And then we call that thing the pallet perch, and the boys are on the floor of the whole pallet perch. Good boy. But this guy has had a major problem with letting the girls come in and eat the hay and hang out in the shelter, and he just wouldn't let it fly. But because we took the crate up to the shed last night and little guy got to stay up there, we kept an eye on the cameras, and I don't remember what time it was we noticed it, but all 4 goats, the boys were up here, Mario and Luigi cuddled up. That's pretty much per usual, but they haven't done that since the girls have been here because, well, Hercules won't let them come in. However, last night the 2 girls were cuddled up here and the boys were cuddled up there, And Shannon and I could not have been happier about it. In fact, Hercules was just inside of his house. We saw the girls come out, kind of check around the corner a few times to make sure he was staying at bay. He was. They could eat all the hay they wanted. I think getting the little Acrobats crate out of here is going to be our official solution for right now. However, as I've mentioned, that's not his shed up there. That's my shed. So we've got a new solution. We've kind of figured out what we're going to do with the isolation pin that we made last week, at least for right now. And that's what we're going to try to do today. You're such a good big brother. Such a good big brother.
He really is. It cracks me up whenever Spruce will jump on his face and he just lays there.
Oh, yeah.
You want to eat some
Kirk
more?
says, as long as I get attention too, I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, yeah. You love all the attention, don't you? Come here, Spruce.
Yeah, Mama, he ate every bit of 16 ounces this morning, so he's maybe got a fairly full belly. And he grazed a bit after.
That's good. Hey, can you go get your buddy and bring him over to me? Can you go get Spruce and bring him to me?
Oh, look, he's trying out the hay.
He's like, I'm big stuff. I don't need milk.
Well, you know.
Well, I guess we can say he's got a little bit of Bruce in him, huh?
Yeah. Goodness. You got those kick flips down, don't you? Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I know it. I know it. Oh, big stretches, big stretches. Yeah.
What a good boy.
Those are some big old feet you got there, monster. That's a good boy. Hey,
what are you doing?
There's a wall there, Goober.
You trying your parkour moves?
Come on.
Be gentle with him, Hercules.
Come on, Herc. Good boy.
Be gentle.
Good boy.
Good
Whoa.
job.
So Spruce has gotten to where he will absolutely jump on Herc's head, and sometimes he gives him a little butt, not like with his hindquarters,
like
but
that.
a little head butt. So he's learning how to be a goat. He's learning what to do, and Mr. Hercules is pretty stinking patient with him. No surprises, huh, buddy? He's a good boy. Speaking of Herc's patience and his awesomeness, this young man, here in about 4 days, so we'll have one more video, but his 1-year birthday is coming up. And he's been an amazing LGD, or just an amazing dog in general, but look how handsome you are.
You're so sweet, Herc.
We got to be sure and wish him a happy birthday, and I've got to come up with some kind of gift for him. What do you want for your birthday, buddy?
He says, I really liked that bone you gave me.
Oh, the one that you buried out in Goatville that we don't talk about? Yeah, that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe another one of those? Come on, Sprucey.
2 animals wanting in your lap.
Is this what you wanted, buddy? Why is your ear slobbery? Do you know who might have done that? Do you know who might have done that? I have an idea. Look how good our goats are being. I'm telling you, the number one factor, I'm 100% sure it had everything to do with the crate being in there and Hercules feeling like he needed a guard.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
Keep them out, because Mario and Luigi wouldn't even go in there and hardly lay down, which I mean, they slept every night there since we've built it. Unless it's really nice out, they do like to stay up on the haircut. What are you doing, little guy? He was practicing those kick flips a lot this morning, and also I think he was doing some qualifying laps because he was full sprint about 20 yards and then just stop, turn around, do it again. Herc and I were just kind of in awe, just watching. It's those vertical takeoffs we've been working on, huh, buddy? I think he's got his little mohawk on. Good boy. Rick says, hey, I don't let my goats get away with this. Do I have to let this one?
You do have to let this one. You gotta be gentle with him.
He says, well, I can bite his head gently. Whoa! He says, look at my new tricks, Herc. I can do new tricks.
I feel like he's gonna jump on Herc's back.
Thanks for being nice, buddy. Thanks for being nice.
I know you can make it all the way up.
There's like absolutely no logic as to what he's doing or why he's doing it.
Nope.
He says, yeah, there is. I'm a goat.
He says, I'm just playing.
So you think we're just born awesome? No, we gotta practice being awesome. Get awesomer. I know this looks like Luigi is going to hurt Hercules, but he does not. This is how they play, and I think he's getting a little hyper wanting to play with Spruce, but knows that he can. But the nice thing is that he's doing that with Luigi for fun instead of chasing the girls
Yeah.
and being mean. I mean, Blue Eyes wouldn't even lay down around Hercules till basically a couple days ago.
I would say just the last couple days. Look, he's
but-
trying to get him to play with him.
So you guys are actually kind of witnessing for the first time with us them in this state. Even though Spruce is down here, his crate is not. And this is a different dynamic for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We still gotta watch this guy. If he gets under their feet, that's what Mario does.
She's slowly warming up to us.
Yeah, we couldn't even get close to her head a couple days ago.
Nope.
That's a good girl. And we try to make sure, you know, if we're up here with her and she's being calm, we try to make sure that Hercules can see us. In fact, I just leaned up against her and she didn't even move. But we want her to see, you know, that we have accepted her as a part of the family so that he doesn't feel like he's got to keep her out of the hay feeder or anything like that. And I think that plays a huge, huge factor in how he treats them.
Oh, I do too.
Him seeing that she's letting us do what we would do with the other goats. Stay calm, you know. What are you doing, buddy? I don't know where you're trying to go.
He's very unpredictable.
Where are you trying to go, bub? You're not going up there with the big goats. You're not going up there with the big goats. He says, what about this pretty one behind us?
Yeah, that went right
Herc's
in your ear.
trying to find somebody to play with his small little fetch stick with him. Should we tell him that's not a small little fetch stick?
Yeah, that's not a small fetch stick.
Oh, Herc, only you, buddy. Is Mario going to play with you? Because I know what normally happens when you mess with him too much, huh? Let me see. Let me see. Can you bring it to me, buddy? There's a good boy. There's a good boy. He says, well, I'm not going to bring it to you because you're just going to throw it again.
Why would I want to do that?
Silly boy.
Mr. Hercules is trying to be sneaky about where he hides his bone. Can't quite come up with a good spot. Couldn't figure out where he wanted to hide it. What you got, Herc? Is that your bone? He says, you see nothing. Was that not the right spot? Gotta keep looking.
Yeah, so I got some work to do now that we know what we're gonna use that for, but I'm not sure that I can keep an eye on little guy while we do that.
I don't think I can even keep an eye on him.
Okay.
So let me grab him. We'll put him up for a little bit and then he can get to work.
Okay, sounds good.
Come on, Spruce. Come on. That's a good boy. Come on, Spruce.
He's like, I like this construction zone better.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. Show him how fast you are.
Come on, Spruce.
All right, so this is a poor man's 4x4 post. This doesn't have to be a permanent gate necessarily, but I kind of wanted to try my own hand at a little makeshift gate. So I just took a 2x4, cut it in half at about 6 feet, and then I'm screwing them together to make one post out of it. And then I will make my own little homemade gate that's not a pallet, and I'm gonna use these guys as the posts to hang it on. So I'm gonna get one more, and then we're gonna bury him in the ground.
He says, Dad, I didn't approve of this digging.
All right, buddy. Mario's gonna help.
Is he?
No, he's getting in the way. He thinks that I bought him treats, but it says right here, if a Mario consumes this, he may burst and explode grossly. Here, eat this, bud.
We don't want that.
I'm just kidding. Although it's not good for goats, that's you. So this is that expanding foam. Basically, it takes the place of a couple of 50-pound bags of Quikrete. We're gonna find out if it works. This was just a theory. You know, we're using recycled lumber that didn't get used in the shed, and I'm gonna reuse the actual panel to make the gate for it. So I'm really hopeful that this stuff will at least hold in a little tyke and hold out these big tykes.
I'm more worried about it holding out this guy right here.
Mr. Mario?
No, Mr. Luigi, because he is the most curious thing and he headbutts all the gates.
That's you. That's you, Goober. That's you, buddy. All right, well, we got the two post set. The expanding foam is different than concrete, which I think is pretty safe to assume. I like it, I think it's good. I would say a smaller radius hole is probably what you're looking for. The bigger, obviously, then the further it's gonna expand outward instead of up. So we'll show you that in a minute. But the goats are getting a little hungry. We busted out Herc because they still don't eat extremely well when he's in there because he'll still run the girls off. But I've gone ahead and gotten their food ready and we're gonna see how well they can split 2 feeders between the 4 of them.
Okay.
There's sections, so they technically should be able to do it, but I will have to stand there and keep Mario from taking over once he flies through his food. Dad and I were actually just talking about this earlier today, and Batman doing, actually,
It was P-Dub, wasn't it?
P-Dub is now running Batman off and saying, hey, that's my food. So we're working on that with Mario. We're hopeful that once we get that gate up over there, we can maybe incorporate that for some feeding time, but this is why. You'll see. You gotta, you know, the girls get the pink and the boys get the green, right?
Oh, of course.
All right, don't be mean now. Mama, come here.
Hey, looky there.
I know, but he waits. Mario is literally watching me out of the corner of his little rectangle eye. And if I go out of sight, he'll hit Luigi for no reason. and start eating out of Ouija's side.
Jerk.
Hey, you're fine. You stay on your side, buddy. Mario knows why I'm over here. We had a talk this morning because he didn't do so well. This makes me very happy. I was trying to get food into this one and then that one, and then I'd run down there where I've got 2 more hanging feeders, and I would try to get the girls in there, and Luigi would follow me, and then Mario thought he had the whole shelter, both of these feeders to himself, and
It was chaos.
yeah. And guys, I'm pretty sure I've done this differently every single day since we've added these goats, but it's kind of just trial and error to see what works and who's going to force their way into a feeding bowl, because this guy eats extremely fast. And this one eats pretty stinking fast because he knows how fast this one eats. So I can already see I've got a little more on the right side for Mario, but Luigi should run over there. I don't know. It's just the game we play.
Mama eats pretty slow.
Mama eats probably the slowest of all 4 of them. I would say Blue Eyes. Hey, baby.
Mama.
Tell her, Blue Eyes. There, that girl. Not a problem while they all have food in front of them, but you're good. Yeah, that's a good girl. And then we get Goof Troop over here.
And he still has food in his bowl.
Oh, he'll leave some in here and run the rest of them off.
That's
Mama,
what she's doing too.
Don't learn that from Mario. Now see, this is where I can't, Luigi knew he finished his, so he's moving into Mario's, and here in a second, Mario's gonna run all 3 of them off. Oh, Luigi says, no, not today. I'm hungry, buddy. How'd we do over here? Good job, ladies. I said ladies. I don't think that's you. I'm gonna let them finish, okay? I know it. We just like, Dad, you got a hold of him real good. I tell you what, go for it.
This has probably been the smoothest feeding out of all of them.
Get in there, Ouija. Get in there.
Look at him. He just runs everybody out of here.
Yeah, they ate well. All of them ate very well. In fact, I gave them a little more today than they had, so you guys can go graze. And look how much hay you got. You got plenty of hay. Herc's not in here, so you can eat your hay and he won't bother you. I'd say it was pretty successful.
I agree. That's probably been the most successful feeding we've had.
I agree. All for the camera. Good job, goats. Let everybody think this is just so easy and nobody fights and everybody gets along. It's incredible though, since we got his crate out of here.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Herc's not in here either, so.
So they really enjoy looking out this window and having a high spot. So that's why we haven't covered it yet.
Yeah, and I still, Hercules, he likes to sleep down there. Now, obviously, last night was the first night all 4 of the goats were in here, so he was not down here. I'm curious if and when that'll happen, but I still think it'd be kind of fun to build them a hollow, something across here so they could walk out over here, but still somebody could get underneath it and hang out.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it really does amaze me, like even just putting those 2 little half pallets at the bottom of the ramp.
Oh yeah.
You set that stuff down and it didn't take but maybe 30 seconds, and this guy went over to it, plopped down, laid down. He's like, hey, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Shannon and I have some fun ideas for what we're going to do in here. We just kind of want to prioritize the new addition over here first, which, look what we did. Ta-da! They still got to set up. I think it takes like 3 minutes basically for it to dry, and then it takes like 2 hours for it to solidify enough for you to reattach your fence to it. This one, we used the larger diameter auger, and so it did not expand up and out of the hole like this one did. But I also don't feel like this one was quite as secure right out of the gate like this one. This one we switched the auger a little bit smaller, we kept it a little bit tighter, and so when we poured the expansion stuff in, it started coming up immediately and then solidified. Let's not eat that. Can we not do that? This one worked out really well. I was able to push the fence behind it. This one's just that small little piece, so we may bend it back or just take it off and put it behind it. But we didn't, you know, we started to level it and then we realized nothing over here is even close to level. It looked terrible. So we decided just to toss the level and stand back and eyeball it. And that's what we did.
Good job. I'm really proud of you for just getting rid of the level.
Thanks. And I'm learning to be a little more, just get the fence posts up, man.
Get it in.
Get the gate on.
Get it done.
This will be a huge benefit for Mr. Spruce because the older he's getting, the more he needs to stay out and burn some energy after he eats. And this will give him a safe place to do that so that Shannon and I can continue working and not worry about the goats messing with him.
Yep.
Like that.
Yeah, Mario's just kind of a jerk. He's just not very nice sometimes. And then he plays it cool, like what? What happened?
He's a really good goat, but if there's food anywhere on his brain, or even a snack, a piece of grass, anything, that's all it takes. And that's enough. And he'll, you know, Luigi, pretty good sized goat compared to Mario, no big deal. The girls, this ain't their first rodeo, but little Spruce, it's not time yet. He can't
quite fend for himself yet.
No, now his little nubs are coming in. It's adorable.
They are adorable.
And he knows they're coming in and he uses them. Like he tries to push on my shin and push on Mr. Hurt.
Well, he's also rubbing them on things too.
Yeah. I don't know, is it like teething? You think whenever they're
so.
Horning, it's like teething?
Why not?
Horning?
I don't know that I would use that word.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that word again. I don't like that one. Whatever it is, his horns are coming in, it's cute. It is actually amazing for us to witness how goats are by nature. Then you bring a brand new goat here and you get to see him having the same realization like, oh, I can do kick flips and I can run up ramps and then fly off and do these weird little
spin moves.
Yeah, he's an acrobat of goats, that's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna let these set up for another hour and 30 minutes or so, and then we'll come back out right before sundown and make sure they're solid, and then tomorrow I'll get the gate home.
Sounds great.
All right, guys, well, Kyle ended up taking a little road trip with his dad today, so no gate in this video, but we will have it up in the next one, and we appreciate you coming along with us. We love you. We pray for you. As always, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
That's a pretty girl. Oh, and you didn't even stand up. Hi, Mama Peach. How are you? It's a pretty lady. It's a pretty lady. Would you let me touch your forehead? That's a girl.